Hey, so today I am on a ride heading over into eastern Ohio to do a photo shoot with Kane Wagner of Appalachian ADV. One of Kane's main sponsors is a brand called Gryphon Moto. They make all sorts of riding gear, but one of their main focuses has been adventure bike gear. It seems that they're really starting to turn their focus in that direction. Today, we're going to be doing a photo shoot of their new line that will launch in 2026 called Single Track. It's kind of your top of the line adventure bike gear, waterproof, breathable, everything. Wear it every day of the year. Anyhow, it's a pretty good ride on the way over to Ohio to meet up with Kane. But first, on the way out of town, you got to hit the local gravel track. Just a reminder, always remember to turn off your ABS, because here, I'm trying to slow down and can't. ABS on gravel will kill you. Alright, back on the pavement here. And off to Ohio. On our way, we crossed through West Virginia for just a split second. Here is the world's largest teapot in Chester, West Virginia. If you're into that sort of thing, go ahead and stop by and see a big-ass teapot. And as we cross the Ohio River, we leave West Virginia, and in just a few seconds, we are in Ohio. So I'm meeting Kane in a little town called Lisbon, a super nice little town. It's pretty central to the area we'll be riding in, so we just picked it as our meeting spot. There's Kane. From Lisbon, we hopped right onto one of Kane's rides from his event called the Fool's Ride. If you've never looked up the Fool's Ride, I suggest looking it up. It's a great time. Great riding, great location, amazing people. It's worth going to. So our first location was okay. Definitely not my favorite of the day. So we decided to grab a couple shots and keep moving. If you've never experienced riding in this area of Ohio, it's super pretty and the roads are super good. I feel like people often talk shit on Ohio, like it's a bad state or something like that, but it's a total sleeper. Ohio has so much to offer. We stopped at our second location. This was a spot that really gave me those wide angle shots I was looking for, where I could create some graphic landscapes with bikes in them. Not the best for marketing images, but definitely some of my favorite images from the day. So on our way to our next location, we were moving pretty quick down some gravel roads. And there was a bridge you crossed with a right turn right after it, and Kane may have overcooked it a little too fast. Well, he ended up sliding into the ditch, landing in 3-ish feet of mud. Unfortunately, I was in front, so I don't have footage of the crash, but I do have some photos I grabbed after I turned around and went back and found him buried in the mud. Gear was totally muddy, bike was totally muddy, not what you want for a photo shoot on gear. And right here is Kane's hole, as I've named it. So yeah, here's some photos. And after that, we decided we should turn around, head back to town because there was a car wash. Went, sprayed off the bike, and then took a little bit of time and sprayed off the gear as best we could. If you're curious, the gear is definitely waterproof. Even with all the venting it has, Kane stayed completely dry. Quite a funny experience. So after that, we took a break, dried off a little bit, and headed back to the location. This would be our final location for the day. It's a little trail section with some good creek crossings and a few trails that I felt like we could find some good photos. We had shot here once before at this creek crossing, so I knew what to expect, but I hadn't ventured much into the trails across the creek. The water today was actually decently deep. We didn't mind because it was quite a warm day. We headed into the trail section to determine where we wanted to shoot. Play around a little bit, just ride around, see what feels good, see where I feel like you can get some decent speed to create some drama in the images. There's a couple of these little log crossings and short little hill climbs. Pretty fun little area. The further we got back in here, I noticed this hill climb, and being a sucker for a good hill climb, especially on an inappropriate bike, I stopped to eyeball it. This is where Kane's letting me know that on the other side of the hill climb, it drops off very steep. So just slow down at the top so you don't launch yourself. I gotta tell you though, these big bikes, they climb so good. As long as you have a decent tire on them, they just make so much power and they're so heavy, they just dig in. Here's Kane coming up. You can kind of get a glimpse of that steep little drop on the other side. If anybody's wondering, the gear that I'm wearing here is actually Gryphon Moto as well. It's called the Badwater 2-in-1 jacket. It's a mesh ADV style jacket that is great. It breathes super well, but it has a soft shell waterproof jacket that goes over it. This setup has definitely become my favorite jacket just because of the versatility. It's comfortable, fits good, breathes well, and then at night when it gets chilly or it starts to rain a little bit, you can just throw that soft shell over it and you're good. You know, when you're filming, you gotta let the other guy go first sometimes. Learn my lesson, not getting Kane falling in the mud, but almost caught him wiping out here in the river. This side over here I didn't like as much as the spot in the woods. I kind of knew where I wanted to go. I just wanted to play around a little bit and make sure there's nothing else that we're missing. So once again, heading back across the creek. Letting the other guy go first. Not because I want him to fall in the water. Here we picked up the pace a little bit. This is fun. Kane's the same kind of idiot as me, where he likes to ride an inappropriately sized bike too fast on trails that you really shouldn't be riding them on, but it's fun. So after a quick discussion, figuring out exactly where you want to go, what's going to look good, what's going to work, I was actually thankful that the clouds came in. Direct sunlight in the woods, you end up with extremely contrasty dappled lighting, and it's not my favorite look in the world. We headed back up to the spot. So, time to get off the bike, do a little bit of work, make sure it doesn't sink into the mud first. And here's some of the photos I got in this trail section. We had a lot of fun in here. So after wrapping up the shoot, playing around in the water, playing around and doing some slides, some jumps and stuff, unfortunately it's time to head back to PA, go do the boring part of the job where you gotta throw everything on the computer and do some editing. This is the second time I've done this with Kane and Gryphon, and it's always such a fun time. I look forward to doing more in the future. I'd like to give a big thanks to Kane from Appalachian ADV for being willing to help me out with this and do the same turn a dozen times till I can get the right photo. And of course, we need to thank Gryphon for being such a good supporter of the community. Thanks, everybody.